Have you ever imagined that one of the deadliest animals on Earth doesn't have sharp fangs, doesn't chase its prey, and doesn't roar to scare off predators? Instead, it is small, silent, and almost invisible in the sand at the bottom of the sea. It looks harmless, but inside it carries a weapon so powerful it can kill a human in just minutes. Today, I'm going to tell you the truth about the most lethal snail on the planet. A predator that seems fragile, but hides a venom so dangerous that even the largest sharks would think twice before getting close. This is not an exaggeration or a story out of science fiction. This snail is real. It is called Conus geographus, or the geography cone snail. It lives in tropical waters, and, despite its small size, it has been responsible for documented human deaths, divers and fishermen unlucky enough to cross its path. At first glance, the cone snail looks almost too beautiful to be dangerous. Its shell has delicate, cone-shaped patterns, almost like a piece of natural art. Collectors often treasure these shells, but what they don't realize is that inside lies one of the most complex venoms ever discovered. Unlike snakes, scorpions, or spiders with toxins that science has mostly mapped, the venom of the cone snail is a cocktail of hundreds of different toxins, each one capable of shutting down the nervous system in seconds. So how does such a slow creature manage to hunt? That's where its secret weapon comes in. The cone snail has a modified tooth, shaped like a tiny harpoon. It keeps this harpoon ready, connected to a venom gland. When a fish swims too close, the snail fires the harpoon in a fraction of a second, injecting its venom. Within moments, the fish is paralyzed, unable to move, floating helplessly before being swallowed whole. This venom is astonishing. Scientists estimate that each cone snail carries hundreds of different toxins, known as conotoxins. They target the nervous system, blocking the electrical signals that control muscles. It's as if the body simply switches off. For fish, that means instant paralysis. For humans, it can mean numbness, difficulty breathing, full-body collapse, and even death from respiratory failure. And here's the scariest part. There is no antidote. Yes, you heard that right. To this day, medicine has not found a cure for cone snail venom. The only treatment is to keep the victim alive with machines until the body can flush out the toxin on its own. Survival depends on time, luck, and immediate medical support. That fact alone makes the cone snail one of the most dangerous animals in the ocean. But there's another side to this story. Despite being deadly, the venom has fascinated scientists around the world. Some of its toxins are so precise that they may lead to revolutionary medicines. One example is a painkiller developed from a conotoxin that turned out to be 1,000 times stronger than morphine, without causing addiction. In other words, the same venom that kills could one day save millions of lives. And here, say something even more surprising. There are over 800 species of cone snails around the world. Not all of them are dangerous to humans, but several, like Conus textile and Conus striatus, can also cause serious accidents. Each species has evolved its own unique venom, fine-tuned for its specific prey. It's as if each snail is a living chemical laboratory, perfecting its weapon over millions of years. But how dangerous is it to encounter one in real life? The good news is that cone snails are not aggressive. They don't go hunting for humans. Most accidents happen when someone picks up a snail, not realizing what it is, or steps on one by mistake. To a diver, that beautiful shell might look like treasure, but it could be a trap. And that's what makes the story so fascinating. While sharks, jellyfish, and crocodiles get all the attention, a tiny snail hides one of the most efficient weapons in nature. It feeds. It's a reminder that real danger doesn't always come from the creatures we fear the most, but often from the ones we don't notice at all. The cone snail shows us just how creative and cruel evolution can be. It doesn't need speed. It doesn't need brute force. Just a strategy so refined that it can paralyze its prey instantly. It's proof that in nature's survival game, size doesn't matter. Adaptation does. But maybe the most impressive part of this story is realizing that an animal small enough to fit in the palm of your hand holds the same killing power as some of humanity's deadliest weapons. While scientists continue to study its venom, the only certainty we have is that this snail should never be underestimated. So, the next time you hear about dangerous animals, remember the cone snail. It doesn't have the fame of a lion or the presence of a great white shark. But in terms of lethality, it may be even scarier. A silent predator that turns beauty into a deadly trap. Now, I want to know what you think. Had you ever heard of the deadly cone snail before? Do you believe it deserves a spot on the list of the world's most dangerous animals? Or do you think its threat is exaggerated? Leave your comment, share this video with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe. Because here, you'll always find the most curious and shocking stories about nature. Stories that prove even the smallest, most discreet creatures can hide secrets powerful enough to change everything we know about the world.